Hey guys, Nicole here. And I just uploaded a video of actually a layout share that I found in my camera from a few months ago. That is different than the one I mentioned in my room video. So this is actually, I have a pile of layouts that have not been put into a page protector yet. If some of the ones that I just uploaded are in this pile, I'll skip them so you don't see multiple of the same layouts. So I'm on my floor because I noticed that there was a glare. My desk is kind of underneath a light in my scrapbook room, and so it gets that glare. So I'm going to try this and see if it's a little bit better. I also might have to do this in two parts because I'm limited in time on my phone. I obviously need to do some clearing off of my phone. So anyway, I'm just going to go through this stack. I'm going to show you really quickly here. Hopefully without messing things up too much. There's a big old stack right there. And like I said, I'll try to pull out ones if they're in the video that I just uploaded. This is a 2-pager that I just did actually last night. I've been working on a bunch of like kits I had purchased over the last few months and classes I had purchased, working through some of those things. So this is for one of those. I do a lot of like paid events and classes through Scrapbook and Cards Today, as well as Scrapbook Generation. I would recommend both of those. Some of them also have like kits. And so I've been working through some kits that had just pre-made instructions because I'm watching a TV show that I really actually need to focus on and pay attention to. And so this helps me be able to watch that show, but I can but not have to like be super creative with my brain. I can just follow directions and then put things together. So this is one of those layouts. I love it. I think this was a Just Forrester layout from a class, and it's really pretty and beautiful, and I love it. And I always love, because it makes me think outside the box with how I scrapbook. I always love a good grid, and I got some really beautiful pictures of my girls' prom from last year scrapbooked. And so I have to be honest, I'd like to just print a 4x6 photo and go with it. So these 3x3 photos always throw me for a loop a little bit because I don't want to put a ton of time into reconfiguring all of that. But I got some really fun photos printed and scrapbooked. So love that double page spread. And I'm going to kind of go a little bit closer in here. Hope you can see okay. Okay. I'll go out just a little bit so I have a little bit of leeway, and then I'll try to give you some close-ups. Okay. So this is one I actually had started a while back from a summer line, I think probably an Echo Park summer line, and I started it at the end of a scrapbook weekend and never gotten back to it, and so I made myself finish her up when I was working through all my summer layouts. And so this is just a really fun page about my two girls going off the high dive, and just use some really fun summery themed, actually put a title on called High Dive. And so just did some embellishment cluster up here. I did a glassine bag. See, I'm always going to have that glare issue. A card and then some layers here. And then just, I love summer here, and then another sticker down there. So pretty basic layout, but I really love the colors and the fact that the photos were darker because they were at sunset or at dusk. That really contrasted nicely with the bright colors. So I already showed you these very briefly in my room share because these were ones I just done, but that I would just show them again really quickly. Just some of I combined a few Simple Stories summer lines, and I think maybe an Echo Park summer line, and just really got a lot of good summer layouts done. I don't do a lot of summer layouts just because I take pictures on the 4th of July, but I'm not really an outdoor girl. we don't spend a lot of time outside. And so I tend to not have a lot of pictures now that my girls are grown up. I had, when they were little, I had pool pictures and stuff like that and park pictures, but I don't have a lot of those anymore. This actually isn't really a summer layout, but I used products from those lines just about actually the last day of summer break before school started. I got this really fun picture of my daughter and her dog, or our dog, sleeping. And she had taken a nap in my bed, or I think came downstairs early and then went back to sleep in my bed. I'm not for sure what happened there, but just have some different clusters there. Keep an eye on the time. Like I said, I might have to do this in 2 parts. Okay. This one here, one of the collections had some more themed items, so I took advantage of that. And we had just taken some pictures, actually. I'm doing some campfire s'more time outside, and so let's scrapbook those. Okay. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. It was funny because this picture here, I thought I was taking a picture. I was actually taking a video, which made us laugh, and then but this was just a fun picture. We were at the pool, and I was just watching the girls or the kids swim, and my youngest daughter came up to get me wet, and then gave me a little bit of a hug and love. I love the bright colors, like the strips of paper in the background, like lots of fun strips. And then this one here, we had my daughter and then her cousins do some really funny, like going off the high dive, doing some funny moves, and I got some really fun pictures. My favorite is my oldest. I love that so much. That's so funny. But just some really funny moves off of the high dive as they were in the air. And so I just did kind of a busy, fun, multicolored background, but then covered it mostly with white. And when I do that, I'll often cut out a big portion from the back to save some of it, so I'm not wasting it all. And then just did this little fun like banner here, and then did some kind of 3 clusters of die cuts and enamel dots and some stickers. And then I just journaled down here along the bottom. Sometimes I just journal directly onto the backgrounds. I journal on tags, I journal on the background. Kind of just journal, it's kind of a last thought type of thing. And so I just journal wherever I have the room. A lot of times I have a lot of a white background, I do like to outline. And realize I'm not the only one who does that. I came across a gal who taught a class. She works more in traveler's notebooks, but she does the outlining thing too. So maybe it's just we have, I don't know, brains that need that. I don't know. Anyway, this was a lot of fun. Just an all white background, just really fun strips. This would be a great way to use up scraps or your little strips that you cut off of the papers that have the manufacturer's information on them. This is a really fun way to use up those littler scraps that you have. And some of them are, I cut in that banner, and some of them are just strips. And so here I just did kind of one main cluster in the middle, and then just a little bit of a cluster up here, just for some fun. A lot of times I end up too, like, I make the layout so that I like it, and then I'll be like, okay, where am I going to journal? And if I don't have a good place to journal, I will just I'll get a tag and I'll put it somewhere. And sometimes it's hidden, sometimes it's not. But usually I can figure out a pretty good place to journal. So here's one from my daughter. She went to Florida for a school trip, her last final senior school trip. They went to the beach, and so I had this really fun picture. A crab had come and climbed up on her beach towel, and then she had sent me a selfie from the beach. So I just paired those together and scrapbooked about that. Most of the trip was Disney related, so I'll be scrapbooking the rest of that with the Disney product and Harry Potter themed product. But their beach day, I wanted to go and scrapbook with these summer lines. So again, just lots of layers and stickers that I lined up. Almost like it's its own little separate sticker or paper piece there, but there's just lined up stickers. And of course I had to use all the crab embellishments that I could find, because when else am I going to use those? We don't get a lot of beach time in Nebraska. So And then just some pictures from that same day with some friends. Again, just did some strips and layers in the back, and then 3 main clusters, one here. And if this just cuts off, I'm trying to keep an eye on the time. If this just cuts off, just know that there's a part 2 coming. So one more here. Again, I'm sorry. I know you already kind of saw all these. If you watched my room video, I gave you a quick look at these. But this, I really like how this one turned out. I always like really fun, layered pattern papers. And just centered in the middle with a photo and then embellished around that. That's always a go-to for me. So, just did some fun layering of some brads and chipboard and stickers, and then did a little tag there. I always like doing tags with like the twine or the floss. It just gives it a nice texture, a little bit of movement, some more layering there, and some layering down here as well. I actually have a story that goes along with that, and I need to journal it somewhere on there, probably on the tag, or I might do, I don't know. I'll have to figure out something, but I do have a story to go with that isn't on there currently. Just notice that. Another one from beach day. Just did one main piece of paper there, and then just did some fun layers. And then still working with summer product. We had a picture of the fact that it was 100 degrees. This is actually around 4th of July weekend, and then I had taken this fun photo of some of our family sitting in the pool. And so I just paired those together and did a 4x6 card in the middle, which serves as my title. I do that a lot. And then I just did some clusters. Just one down here, and then one over here, and then one over here, and then another little one up here. So I just kind of scattered it. It's a very vertical layout with the strips and everything, so that worked. And then I think, oh yeah, this I think was in that pile that I showed you. This is one, just me and the girls had a day. We had errands to run, and we did some shopping, and went out and got tea and coffee together. And so I just took some photos and scrapbooked those. So there's actually 4 photos. I just took one down a little bit in size, and some layering up here, and then down there. And then just journaled along the bottom. Okay. And then this one is, I'll actually show 2 of these together. They aren't doubles. It's not a double. Oh, I can't because I've changed my camera. That's okay. So my girls, the last 2 summers have sang the national anthem for we have a local minor league baseball team. And so each daughter has done solos, they've done duets, they've done trios. So I just wanted to scrapbook those, and I figured out how to do a QR code so that I can, if you may, so anyway, so you can upload a video, and then you can actually QR code it. So I could watch the video of her singing that this is, and I've scrapbooked it, but then I have the video on the layout as well. And I just love that so much. My brain loves having everything together. And so I love that it's a project that I'll have to do someday, is go through all my videos and get QR codes for them, and then slap them on the layouts that maybe I've already done in the past or future layouts I'm going to do. It's the same kind of mindset as I like to have all the programs and the ephemera in my scrapbooks with my layouts and pictures, because I like to have it all together. And so that's why I use Pocket Pages and all that. I've talked about kind of that in other videos about that concept, but I just love that I can just get my camera or my phone out and just watch the video of this event. That's really cool. Anyway, so I have a lot of catching up to do on that for other layouts. Same thing here, and I did the QR code there as well. This is when my girls did a trio with a friend, and so I just wanted to scrapbook that. I usually try to do one picture of them out in the field and then one picture of close up, And then, like I said, the QR code of the actual video. And I just like downloaded a free app that's called QR Generator. And of course you have annoying ads, but I don't use it that terribly often. It's not that big of a deal. And so, oh, we have a 2-pager here. And so, oh, you can see most of it. So it's really easy. Yeah. So here's a 2-pager. I just kind of but printed a whole bunch of pictures that I taken of my dog over the last couple of months over the summer, and mostly of her sleeping and some peekaboo moments. Like there she is kind of peeking out of it. She'll get like into all these big old like cushions on the couch, and it cracks me up because you can hardly find her. But just wanted to scrapbook these really fun photos, and so use some of these brighter papers and not a lot of embellishing. I just did a cluster here with a tag, and I have a little kit that just has pet supplies in it, like pet themed supplies. So I grabbed a clip, the doggy clip, a couple stickers, and a little cluster over here. But I liked using the brighter colored papers because a lot of pictures have blankets and things like that were brighter because I took them during the summer when I have my summer stuff out. So, okay, so this one is still with my summer kit that I've been playing with. And I tried to pull in some more of the camel color, brownish color. Because of her purse in the picture, but this was a picture of, I just randomly took my daughter. She was on her way to go meet or hang out with some friends at the county fair, and she looked super cute, so I just had to take a picture. And then that night ended up being kind of crazy because we had some crazy weather come through, so I told that story as well. But I just did some layering over here, some stickers, and then a cluster up here. I kind of just kind of embellished all around the photo for this one. And there we go. And then this one I just did, and it was kind of a fun story I put on Instagram. So I was thankful I could go to Instagram and like kind of recopy the story just about my daughter and her dog. And, I just did some torn paper here, and then matted the photos, and then did 3 main clusters. There. I was getting to the end of the kit as far as I was running out of super summer themed photos, and some of those kits, like every embellishment, every sticker, everything is very summery themed. And so I really appreciate the lines that are summer themed, but not everything is like a surfboard. So I was getting to the end of where I'd used a lot of the product that wasn't specifically beach themed. And so I was at the end of this kit, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, there's that one. That was still from there. All right, guys, these are older layouts. I can't tell you much about them. Because I made these a while ago, and I don't remember, I probably won't remember lines or anything. So these are probably from the last couple scrapbook weekends with Angie. They're probably from some random scrapbooking at home. So anyway, and I'm sure I probably did some of these from classes and different things and kits. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this is from, I think this is a 2-pager actually. This is from a Scrapbook and Cards Today kit. There we go. They have like a spring and then a fall. Like it's like a weekend, and they do one that's scrapbooking, one that's card themed. And it's kind of pricey, but you get a huge box of supplies. So you get all the supplies ahead of time. I think the November one is full, but I really, really like them. You get this big box and everything's kind of spelled out for you, but then they have videos and a Facebook, event that goes with it. It's really fun. Really love this. Layout is just a layout about my daughter and her multiple birthday celebrations that we had last year. She got a little bit spoiled with lots of birthday. I'm gonna see where I'm at. Type my 0. I'm good. Okay. And so I just kind of took some different pictures from the different, like we had a friends gathering, we had a family gathering. I took her shopping, and then we had an actual just us 4 family, on her actual birthday. And so I just kind of printed some photos from each of those and then documented about all the things that we did for her birthday. So this is from, I think it's called a Here and There. Oh, what's the company? Anyway, I don't want to quote it wrongly, but a really cute paper line. I think it's called Here and There. But lots of really fun layers. And kind of like a grid pattern, but a little bit off kilter. It's just really cute. Okay, using lots of cards as part of your design. Another 2-pager for her. And this is from her actual birthday day. So we went out to dinner and presso tea, and so I documented that separately on its own since I had pictures from that, her actual birth date. So again, these last 2 double spreads just used a lot of the like cards, you know, as part of your layout design, which I tend to use them as embellishments, and I forget that they make really great, you know, parts of your main part of your design. And so that was fun to do. Lots of embellishment and layering, which I love. And the thing with using cards or doing any kind of grid type of style on your layout, it makes it fun because then you have like these little mini pages on your page to embellish, if that makes sense. Like it gives you these little like mini pages to work within on your actual page. This is, I think, another 2-pager. I think. Yes. I think this goes together. Yes, it does. So this was a layout to document Easter, which also we have a lot of April birthdays in our family. And so we celebrated Easter and birthdays together with some family members. And so I just documented that with this 2-pager, which was from the Scrapbook and Cards Today, I think spring weekend class thingy that I was talking about. So super cute. So you get really great product and really great instructions and class guidance. And okay, so this one is just a single page about my daughter getting her hair done. She got her hair colored for the very first time. And I actually printed off, so I printed some photos from the day, and then I printed off her text because I had to leave early to go do something. And so I just let her walk home afterwards. And so she sent me pictures, like as texts and pictures, and just, I loved it that she was so, so happy. And so I printed those off. I wanted to document her reaction to how much she loved her hair. And so this is an actual acetate. I'm guessing this is Paige Evans. It looks like Paige Evans. So there's that. And then a prom layout with just my daughters. And so this looks like Paige Evans. And just pulled the greens and the pinks that matched the girls' dresses. This line was perfect. I don't know which line it was. But it was one of her more recent ones. But it was perfect for prom because of the colors in it with those pinks and those dark greens. And I just used up a lot of the gold elements because I'm all about, take advantage of that really fancy gold, foily look when you're doing prom pictures. That's when to use it, right? So I love that layout. That turned out really pretty. I think this is a 2-pager. I know I mentioned this before, but our school has this tradition where the girls wear their prom dresses to their final spring concert, which is great because then they wear it more than once. And then also if they got a superior in music contest, they get to perform at this particular concert. And so my girls performed all their pieces, band and music. And then for seniors, they do their final senior awards as part of the concert, and my daughter got a couple. And so here's just pictures from that for choir and then for band. And then I just put the names of the awards along the top of each, and then did some embellishment. And of course, used some, I bought some music-themed vellum from Hobby Lobby. I was so happy to find that. That was awesome. I got a ton of it because I love anything music-themed. And so hopefully you can see that okay. Not a lot of embellishment. The papers were really pretty. I put some doilies in there, and then just journaling cards and a couple stickers, not a ton. So. Okay, also from that same concert, we took these traditional pictures of my daughter and her cousin and friend and these three grew up together. So I'd given them little photo books as an early graduation gift at the end of this concert. So I took pictures of them opening that and enjoying that. And then I use these really fun charms, and it's kind of, oops, and it just fell off. So I'll have to fix that. Anyway, that's supposed to hang from there. Here we go. I'll fix that before I put it in the album. Okay. Also from that same concert, just my daughter's crew of friends. We took a picture of them afterwards and layered. So did a little embellishment cluster up here with just some flowers and stickers and bling, and then just a main horizontal piece, and then kind of embellished around the photo. If you can see, I put in some of that music vellum underneath and some just different layers of paper, and then a chipboard kind of banner sticker, or not banner sticker, but doily like border sticker. And I added my own doilies like I often do. So that was just a fun, really colorful, pretty layout. But then I incorporated some of the black, black and white, since their dresses kind of ranged from different color schemes there. That's why I love her lines, Paige Evans, is they're really versatile. So lots of color options. So here was my daughters did a duet at this concert, and my friend had actually taken a picture of me watching them and recording them, and I love that picture, so I wanted to scrapbook it. And then I did the QR code for it so you can watch the video of their duet, and it's so sweet, and it was so, like, I was so tearful, and it was just very bittersweet. And so just did a cluster up here, and again use that music theme vellum paper from Hobby Lobby, and just some layers here with the name of the song underneath. Okay. Oh guys, my legs, my foot's falling asleep. I'm on the floor. I'm getting too old for this. All right, a picture of my daughter, a layout of my daughter picking out prom dresses. It was kind of a long story, but it was kind of a last minute thing. She ended up going with my oldest daughter, and so some plans fell through. And so just want to document her first prom dress shopping experience. It was a fun day. And of course we tried on every color in the rainbow, and so. Okay, another layout from the concert of my girls with our music teacher, who is such a blessing to us. And so did a kind of a funny photo and a serious photo, and just journaled about how amazing she's been with the girls. Just did a title here, and then a cluster at the top, cluster at the bottom, and then some embellishment around the journaling tag. And again, you'll see that music theme vellum paper. I'm gonna have to buy like a truckload of that because it is going to get used. I love the black and white. It's a great contrast with these colorful papers. One more from that concert. I got a lot of this evening scrapbooked, and they're all individual stories because it was, my daughter's senior concert, her very last final concert. So whereas before I may have done like scrapbook 1 or 2 pictures and then put the rest in photo pockets, I had a lot of stories, individual stories, from this one concert, which is abnormal. So this one was a picture that had been taken of all the senior band members. And so I just wanted to scrapbook that. So I just did a lot of kind of big layers behind the photo, and then did some embellishing within that. Didn't do a whole lot more than that. The paper was pretty busy, and added a lot of color and interest but I just wanted that photo to be focused on. So, there we go. Okay, here is one that I scrapbooked, where I scrapbooked about my daughter loving tea. Like, it's like her favorite thing in the world. She loves to make tea, all kinds of hot tea. She has all the tea stuff, all the different kinds of pots, and does the loose leaf and all of that. So I wanted to scrapbook that, and so I just used this really fun paper that did most of the work for me, and I just did some layering around the photos, and then, you know, there was an actual teapot and these teacups in the collection. And so I'm like, well, I got a scrapbook about her tea addiction. So it worked out perfect. There we go. Okay. All right, we are switching tunes a little bit. I think we're Vicky Booten here, it looks like. And I did a grid layout here of my daughter went to a Renaissance fair with her dad. It's actually second year they've done it. It's kind of becoming a tradition. And so I just printed off a bunch of smaller photos and did a really fun grid layout with lots of embellishing and layers. And I feel like this was part of a class of some sort, because I feel like or maybe I scrap lifted this. So I'm not going to take credit for the design, but I love a grid layout. So I feel like I just don't remember where. Anyway, this may have been, I know Vicky Booten does stuff with the scrapbook and cards today, as well as scrapbook.com. So it could have been through a couple of those places. Anyway, I love it. There's so much funness to it. And I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pictures scrapbooked. And so it was just fun to just really go all out and embellish it. And then you have like the icons were kind of perfect for that kind of event. So I love it. Okay, this looks like Maggie Holmes to me. And I'm seeing some, let's see, I know I shared that last time. I might be getting into a pile that I already shared. This one I don't think was in there though. Oh, that's an old layout. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some putting back together. I don't think I showed this one yet. This looks like Maggie Holmes to me. And I just did some pictures there and a cluster here, kind of layered them underneath these paper pieces, and then a little cluster up there. Just gonna really quickly, oh, I know what these are. I had taken some layouts out of some albums to display. Okay. So those are older layouts. I don't think I'll show those. Yeah, I showed those. Okay. I don't think I showed these. I had done some of these photos with some brighter, like different colors of product. I think Maggie Holmes maybe. And, but then this was from a kit, I think from one of those classes. And so I just scrapbooked the rest of them since we were wearing black and white. They worked with anything. And it was a really cute layout. Totally not something I would normally do. I would normally not use a gnome on my layouts. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan. But it's super cute and it was fun. It was fun to do. And it was for a class. And so, so there's that. And what is this? Oh, yeah, I hope I'm not being repetitive of last video. So this is a layout I did about moving. A lot of journaling here, and then I just had some photos from moving, and just wanted to document that our last move to the house that we're in now, that I'm praying we will stay in for forever. And then here is a layout actually about in front of our new house after we had closed on it before they took the sign away. And I just want to journal about that as well. And I'm pretty sure that this star, oh no, is not supposed to be on this. Oh, hopefully it doesn't ruin the photo. There we go. If I'm missing a star here, I'll know why. Well, let's put it there for now. Okay. Okay, so this was one of those situations where I did a layout and I put it with a divided page protector to include all the accompanying pictures. And So I did the layout over here, and then I just did 2 sides of this here for the rest of the pictures. That was for state volleyball. And then this layout was actually a layout I did from we went to Texas last Christmas. And I'll probably do like its own album or a mini album of some sorts, but these pictures just cracked me up and I love them so much. And so I wanted, this paper because of my daughter's jacket, I'm like, I have to scrapbook those pictures with this paper. And so, I think it's Amy Tangerine, I think. So I just worked with some of her product and scrapbooked those photos. My daughters are riot. And then this layout was from a girls' day. We went to a salon and spa. We had gift certificates for my husband, and so I scrapbooked pictures from that day. Just lots of really fun layers and pretty papers, and that they had these really fun signs, like glittery signs with really fun phrases on them and quotes and stuff. So I wanted to include those. Let's see, gosh. This layout was for a class, and I can't tell you who the product is from, but I use it just to document. My daughter and husband had gone out. One side of our house faces a country, and so I take a picture of that, and then they were out. I was working and they were out just kind of exploring the area and sent me a selfie, so I scrapbooked about that and just the location of our new home and that kind of thing. Really fun layers. I really liked like vellum and stickers and these frames and just lots of really fun layers. All right, guys, I pulled out, gosh, I might have to do a second video. We're still okay. I pulled out a 2013 collection from Simple Stories. It was a summer collection. Actually, it was like 2 or 3 collections I'd combined together. Like, I think Hello Summer and I don't know. There were like 3 different collections, but they were from like 2013, 2012. And so, but I had these photos that the colors were perfect. This is kind of when the wood grains were really big and like the kind of ombre look, like the rainbowy ombre look was really getting big. So old product here, and I still love them. It was so fun to get some of this product used up. I used up a lot of it. And so this is a layout that I did with that, and just focusing on one photo, a favorite photo of mine. Goes in my top 10. My daughter and her cousin, this really sweet photo. They did a photo shoot with their friends, like the last time that they were all together before they all left for college. And this is like my favorite picture ever. So I have it on my face as my Facebook profile right now. I love it so much. So I wanted to focus on the photo. So I just kind of grabbed some colors that would pop out in the picture, did some really fun layers underneath, and then like just did some simple embellishments. Kept it pretty simple. So I love it. And then this was also a Simple Stories line that came out around the same time. It was a little bit more like denim-y and not as bright. It was kind of more your reds and blues and yellows. But I used it to scrapbook a lot of my daughter's taking her to college. And so this is one of those photos of just I got her and her dad walking up to her dorm for the first time, and just journaled about that and did some layers. This is like the very end, like the last layout I did of this collection, so I was kind of at the end of my product availability. I used up a lot of it. And then this was from her inside her dorm. We took a picture of each of us with our youngest daughter and just scrapbooked that. And these will all be kind of, these collection of layouts will be together. So I did the journaling on the other layouts. So that one doesn't have journaling on it. But this one does. And so this one is just a picture of my 2 daughters just kind of putting her room together. And I tried to stop, and like we were kind of rushed, but I tried to stop and just take it in and take photos, documenting us getting her room together, her dorm room. And then this one focuses on, is kind of like a more overall kind of layout about her moving to college and transition and new roommates and her new room and our car packed full of her stuff and her stuff packed up in our living room ready to be put into our vehicles and that kind of stuff. So I just journaled about that this transitional time of her life, and I think I might be just about to my time. So I wonder how many more layouts I have here. I have a few, so I'm going to stop here and I'll do a part 2. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a few more layouts. Thanks. Bye.